Alrighty.
Cancer sucks.
Well, so who we want to get
right,
into
okay,
first?
so
We getting into Gambino?
let's get into we're gonna get into the Irish thing real quick because you Irish have a movie too. It's called The Boondock Saints.
Yes, I've seen the first one.
See, and it's hey fuck ass.
Well, that's okay with your bartender shit. It's dude, I've seen some of these movies, man, and yes, hate me if you want to hate me, but it's not a lot of it's not something that I watched over and over again. But yes, it was an Irish movie. I watched it. I loved it. They kicked a lot of ass, and then that is what it is.
You know that movie never made it to the movie theaters, the original one. You know why?
Why is that?
I can tell you why. When it came out was when I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. So basically, what happened is the movie was set to come out, and 2 weeks before the movie was set to come out, Columbine happened. The vigilantes, the black coats, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if you've never seen the Boondock Saints, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'll just tell you flat out: the vigilantes, they go after the bad guys.
Right, and that's
why it wasn't initially released. The second one was in the movie theaters.
I didn't know that's why it was never released. I didn't even know it didn't make the movie theaters until now. Shows how much I pay attention to those old ass movies. But I mean, I guess. But
you know what? The funny thing is, though, it never got released in the movie theaters, and it's still one of the most popular movies out there.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody likes it.
That was a word of mouth movie.
Everybody likes a thug that goes after the bad guys.
Absolutely, like Charles Bronson. You know they're remaking that damn movie, Death Wish.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's coming out sometime this year.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, I was kind of a little. It's like what? It's Charles Bronson's film, to do. You can't. I don't know who do you think they should put in for that?
A hell of fun though.
Who do you think would make a good Charles Bronson?
I really don't know, dude.
I know who I think.
Who do
you really don't know?
I really don't know.
You really don't? Really?
Really?
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. I say put Bruce Willis as Charles Bronson.
You say who?
Bruce Willis. He's done Red. He's done all those types of movies, and he's about the same age that Charles Bronson was when they first made the movies.
And he's still a badass when he gets in.
Yes, he is. Either that or another person that I can think of. I don't know if anybody watches Chicago PD, but the main sergeant, the one that basically everything's over, is Sergeant Voight. The guy who plays him is, I think, it's Jason Beige or something like that. He'd probably do a good one too, except he's a little short.
Well, I don't know. It is what it is. I actually watched a lot of Bruce Willis here lately because of freaking diehards. They've been having a lot of replaying diehards a lot here lately. But I mean,
because Die Hard's the best Christmas movie in the world.
It is. It is. What else? I mean,
hands down. It used to be You Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid, and then Bruce Willis came out.
I didn't even see that movie this year. That was fucked up.
I mean, I just kind of flipped past it because, unfortunately, I've seen that movie so many times. I know every word to it. You shoot your eye out, kid.
All right,
I triple dog dare you.
So we're going to get into the first crime family that, was definitely not in my day, but the Gambino family. It's one of the 5 families that dominated and organized crime activities in New York City in the United States.
Yes, sir.
And nationwide criminal phenomenon known as the Mafia. So, this was back in...
Well, the family.
The Gambino family was actually so-called born, I guess, as the gangster family, whatnot, back in August 24th of 1902. So, you know how it sucks we got crime.
You did your homework.
It sucks we got crime in anywhere, any part of the world. But, geez Louise, it's like these guys almost got away with freaking everything back in the day.
Oh,
You couldn't...
Yeah, there was a lot.
A lot?
I mean, you had the Gambinos, you had the Genoveses.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to spell that for you before, and I can't spell worth a shit, so I apologize.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I'm not a good speller. Like I said, you tell me to write a paper on how to turn a doorknob, I'm gonna fail it. Just saying. Just saying. But I mean, for real though, I mean, like these guys, they ran fucking New York. You know, whatever. You know, I don't know what the big
Their hands were into everything.
Cops, lawyers, judges, anything, because
Teamsters.
They had to buy off people to be able to get that big and be able to run the fucking city. It was just, you know, Carlo Gambino was an illegal immigrant trying to raise power during the height of his organization. So,
where's he from? If you did your homework, where's he from?
That I didn't see.
It's a Sicilian family.
No, well,
it's the little island that looks like it's getting kicked by the boot.
Italy.
Yeah, that's Sicily.
You know, but there again, it shows that people's been coming over to the U.S. for freaking hundreds of years now, trying to take over shit, trying to screw shit up. You know, it seems.
I mean, the Irish tried to do it. The Germans tried to do it. The Italians tried to do it. You mean the Russians tried to do it? I mean, it's all over. And then then you get the you go into South America, you get all the cartels.
Right.
It's all basically circled around that whole idea of organized crime. That's where it all started.
And they were also this family was also the inspiration for the Godfather movies too.
Yes, it was.
So, of course, we know in the Godfather movies, it goes from Don Corleone and on down and whatnot. I will say I have not seen all the Godfather movies. I wasn't interested until here a few days ago, so I will eventually watch them. It's weird how older you get, you actually want to see some of the things that you never really wanted to pay attention to back in the day. Yeah.
It's actually really interesting because, I mean, down, I forget which TV station it was. It was either History or A&E or one of them did a biography of all the families, how they came over and how they, they worked on it. They figured out what turf was what and this, that. But I mean, it was like, here's the thing. Back then and now, biggest thing. Respect.
Right. And
respect. It's that simple.
And that was even in the first. I think it was the first Godfather. Somebody was coming in and asking him for a freaking favor, and he's like, "You're not even coming in here with respect." And the dude looked really fucking humbled. That's where that famous scene, the offer I can't refuse, come from. Because he came in and
offer I can't refuse.
Yeah, but he told him, you weren't coming in there asking for respect or anything of the sort. And
right.
That's what it seemed like. Everybody had their own little area, and people got pieces of the pie, regardless if it was businesses, lawyers, cops, something. They were getting paid, to be paid off.
I mean, and it's
fucked up.
They were doing a bunch. I mean, I'm not saying I'm an expert on it or anything like that. I did do I've done a lot of research on it. And I've watched it. And like I said, the documentaries are actually, they're actually really good. It's just, you think, oh, it's a mobster. It's another mob movie, this, that, and the other thing, The Wannabes. There was a spin-off movie called The Wannabes. You've got a couple of them are actually true stories, like The Godfather. It was based upon a family.
Right.
Goodfellas is actually based on truth. It's actually based on how things happened.
Right.
In that, up until the rat came and Henry came and ratted everybody out. I mean,
Do you know what Salvatore Tequila actually got put in jail for? His 30 years prison sentence. You know what he actually got put in jail for? And this is fucking funny as hell.
What did he get locked up for?
Counterfeiting.
Yep.
He got put in jail for counterfeiting rather than all the people he...
Everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else. What? I mean, the Iceman. HBO had a special on. It's called the Iceman. I think it was the Iceman Chronicles.
Yeah,
I believe was the name of it. And the Iceman was actually a hired hand, who took care of the dirty work, and that's how I'm going to leave it. He took care of the dirty work, and he got the name the Iceman because after he took care of the dirty work, somebody got put in the freezer for a while. 6 months later, out the freezer and do whatever. And it threw off everything. It threw off anything that had to do with police work. It threw it all off. Because of the fact that, okay, wait a second. We've got a guy that you can't tell when the actual time of death was. They've got ice burns or freezer burn, basically. And after being frozen, when you start to defrost, you start to fluff very, very quickly. Or bloat. And things just, you can't get fingerprints, nothing like that. It's like throwing somebody in the water and putting cement shoes on them, as they say in the movies.
Oh yeah, and that family, again, being a crime family is still pretty much. It's called the Francisco Cali now, and I actually found a picture that they took back in 2011. With shit, it doesn't really say the guy's name. I guess they don't want it. Oh, well, John.
You got the Teflon.
Gotti. Gotti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junior or senior? There's two of them.
Guess it's got to be.
Senior was the Dapper Don. He was the Teflon Don. They couldn't get anything to stick to him. They finally found something to stick to him, but that was why they called him the Teflon Don.
Right.
And then you got Junior, his son. And you've got, there's a list. I've seen documentaries on John Gotti Sr., the TV show Growing Up Gotti.
Dude,
you know what that's? It's one of them real life spin-off things growing up. It's the Victoria Gotti, his senior's daughter, and her kids.
No, that's like a little bit. It's during my time, but it was like during my young years, man. That's not. It's not anything that I have.
They were on Long Island, where I come from.
Really? Wow.
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems like a lot of these people.
Junior lived in my hometown. We won't go into where my hometown was, but Junior lived in my hometown.
No wonder New York's all messed up and crooked.
Really? All right. Well, yeah. I was. It's kind of funny because somebody said that today to me at work. New York's already screwed up. And I'm like, yeah. I said, I used to have a T-shirt. They still make it too. It's actually a guy. It's a skeleton face, and it's got a bandana across his face. He's got 2 357s in his hand. It says, "Welcome to New York. Now give me all your money."
Wow.
And it's just it's a fun. I guess you got it. Yeah, we're screwed up. Come on now.
Well, it's not.
We're all
it's
fucked
not,
up.
It's not that we're screwed up, man. It's just, way back then, people were more allowed to be bullied around and bought out. It was hard times. You had the Depression back then. People were trying to make money, and you had these guys that were just slipping the fuck on in. They're like, okay, I'm going to pay you off.
Yeah.
I got a couple of cops in my pocket, a couple of lawyers, a judge. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And
things stopped. Things disappeared. Witnesses disappeared.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just the freaking way it was. Like Al Capone in the Valentine's Day Massacre. That was back in 1929.
The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Yep, yeah. That was. Yeah, and there's a movie about that too, about Al Capone. The Untouchables. That's also based on fact.